Today we're going to work on our casting punches. It's a really good punch for entering into a grip, or if they're a little further away, hitting kind of similar to an overhand. Once we get to the grip, we're going to do an inside trip, similar to one of the UFC fighters that's coming up. He's a Sambo guy, and we're going to use that cast to get into a grip and then show an inside trip from there. All right, let's get to it. Tossing it out there, feigning it. Whoop. I get my grip. We're gonna work on two things off of like our cast, showing you how it's done. This was something that like Fedor would do a lot. That's who popularized it. But it's a very Sambo style move. Okay, so I'll show you how it's done first. We're gonna do two different things with it. One is getting a grip. One is just hitting with it, and then we'll start to evolve it throughout the class. Okay. So we're gonna work our way in with our jab here. Work our way in, boom, overhand, okay, or cast. All right, it's a looping shot here. So that's when you hit with it. Then I work my way in, and I end up just getting a grip or a high grip. So those are the two ways that we're using the cast. All right, it depends on the like different ranges. Okay, so if I'm a little further away, I'm gonna use it to land a hit. Right, I work my way into my jab. Boom. Cast. Hit him right in the face. All right. If he's a little further away, right, I work my way in. Boom. And I just get a grip. I get my high grip with that. All right. Another option for this is I plan on getting my high grip, but he moves backwards. All right. So I get in close enough to where when I throw this, I think I want to get my high grip. But instead, I end up hitting the shot because he moves backwards. So just like as I move in when I'm about to the cast, just move a little back, move a little backwards, and then block with his hand. Okay. So I work my way in. Boom. Oh, I wanted to get the high grip, but I land the shot instead. Okay. What we're gonna do, just back and forth. We're gonna do 2 and 2. One where we hit, one where we get the grip, and we're just gonna work our way in with a jab. Boom. I'm tossing it out there, feigning it. Whoop. I get my grip. One time. The next time I'm gonna hit. Here. Whoop. So we're having to judge our range. All right, so now y'all have to figure out what your range is for either hitting your opponent or getting the grip. Does everyone understand? All right, let's work our way into the jab and then work our casts. Grab or hit. Hands up. Ready, 1, 2. Here. That's when you get the grip. You land your knuckles, boom, you got that nice clean hit right there. Brutal overhand, good chance you'll rock them with something like that.
So forearm for the grip and knuckles.
Yeah, that's kind of how, because your arm's like this, that's kind of how, like, if you're in a match and it's live, you'll be able to know, all right, I hit my forearm, I should grab. Hit with this, boom, follow it up with something else. You want to, but practice landing it as well. So everyone's looking good doing their casts. We're not gonna do this for too long. So it's pretty simple, just working, getting the grip or hitting. And then we're going to evolve into doing like an inside trip after getting the grip, similar to like Azamat Murzakanov. And then also how to use that to get their hands high so we can shoot, as well as when someone shoots under your cast, because that's really the best counter for a cast, is shooting under it. Because you're going too really wide, easy to get under the shot. So we're gonna work on evolving it throughout the class. Cross, lead cast, get my grip, O-uchi Gari. Now we're gonna use the cast to get a grip and do a O-uchi Gari. All right? We're actually gonna do lead cast on this one. Okay? So we're gonna go cross, lead cast, get my grip, O-uchi Gari. Right now I'm leading with my cross. When we work in, what we can do here, we're feigning with our jab, and we start to throw this lead shoulder and kind of feint my cross too. All right? I work my way in close, boom, cross, overhand, or cast. Then grab the sleeve grip. Now I'm in tight to him. I'm already close. I don't need to take any extra step. If it's orthodox versus orthodox, I'm already in here. So I'm just dropping my weight as I take my rear leg and hook right here. All right? I want to try to drop my knee all the way behind his heel and pull down. Okay? I want to like drop my weight down. Here. And I'm pulling the leg back. Okay, all my weight goes down so I can pancake him right here. Okay? I'm gonna land on top so that I can transfer into my pin. And if I have this leg right there, I can start to work on passing, stepping over, even getting to this staple right here where he's stuck. Boom, start to ground and pound, whatever you want from there. So now we're doing lead cast. Boom, we're working our way in, still jabbing to work in, using our shoulder right here to feint this cross. Okay? As we're working in, we're still feinting the cross. Boom, and we're using that like little hip twitch and shoulder feint right there. Just get them thinking about it. Boom, cross, lead cast. Grab, back leg hooks as I sink my weight. I'm already close, I'm already chest to chest. I don't need to do much in terms of like a pull or anything or a kazushi. So I reap and I pull it back in a circle as I drop my weight. Knee will go to the back of his heel. And I stay close. So I transfer my pin. Let's get right to it. Let's go 1-1. Hands up. Ready, 1, 2. Grab the grip. Get in close when you grab. So then bend, hook.
Yeah.
Hook your leg a little bit more outwards, like shoot here, so that you can get a better hook on the leg.
Okay.
Because your leg's a little too straight.
Yeah.
That's why his leg is like coming off. So if my leg here is straight, it's easy for him to step off.
Okay. Yeah.
But if I'm,
Gotcha.
you see how I'm like wrapping my leg around? Now try to step off, Ezekiel. Try to step. All right, try to step off of it. Right. Yeah, that time, but you have to lift your leg a little higher. Right, but if my leg is straight, like this, now step off it. It's super easy.
Yeah.
Versus, I'm really wrapping my leg around it.
Yeah.
Good. So I want you to do a lead hand cast. So there you did rear hand cast, so that it made it hard for you to reach. You were trying to go from the far leg. So come here, Christian. When I'm here, trying to reach this far leg is very hard. Why would I if I want to get to that leg, I'm gonna have to back step and then hook. Right, there's a lot more of a process. That's why I like this one better. It's very non-standard for like judo, but it has worked for me. It's actually what I hit Merab with. So here, I'm hooking with this leg. So that's why when you went cross cast, it's hard to get the power to turn this way. So I need to go cross, lead cast, grab the sleeve on this side. Now I have access to this leg here. And if it's really not working, I can also drop my hand down here and trap this, right? Or even grab it. Here. Jab, I'm jabbing in, boom, cross, lead cast. Here. Now my lead hand is on, so my rear leg can go. So, cross, lead cast. Yep. This O-uchi, this is like one of my top 3 moves. So I really love it. I love seeing these guys do good with it. Yeah, also this is what I got Merab with, so gotta love it. And driving for a blast up. So now we're gonna use the cast to get into our double leg. Okay? So another way this can work is using it to get their hands high, get their hands up so that you can shoot in. All right, you see this all the time at the World Championships. This is like one of the most common things to get into a double leg. Okay, so we can do this off of lead or rear cast. We've done both so far. All right, so one, I'm working in, boom, oh, and driving for a blast double. Or, boom, I'm working in, cross. Okay, we're not even really going to our knees and shooting like our regular shot. We are lowering our level and running through, right? You want, like GSP even does it with like his head in their sternum. Some people do it with their head in their sternum, okay? I like still keeping my head on the outside, okay? But it's super simple. I'm working my way in. Overhand, overhand or cast, boom. Get their hands high, boom, in, okay? Here, change levels, go through. Okay, you see I'm bending my knees to change levels. I'm not just bending over and running through them like that. I'm actually here, boom. My legs is where I get my power. Okay, so we have to change levels, okay? Change levels, drive through, okay? I want y'all to do, you know what? This one, let's do on the crash pad. This one is a little bit harder of fall. You're gonna do it like 4 or 5 times in a row, okay? Everyone got it?
Sir.
Hands up, ready, 1, 2. That one was nice. That one was very nice. Yeah, I'm kind of like throwing full length punches.
Okay.
You know what? Here, that's not really realistic. I want you to throw full length punch. Or little feints right there, but not this. That's never gonna happen. Or feint. Yeah, very good throws. Everyone's killing it. Let's keep it up. But yeah, everyone's killing it. Love it. We're getting some airtime. This is looking like my double leg in the fight. Next up, we're gonna be countering the cast. So yeah, everything's looking good. We're everyone's looking like Fedor. Yep. Whoops. That's the best counter for the cast. The counter for the cast is very similar to that entrance that we just did, right? The way to punish the cast is also a double leg. Here, I just want you to go jab cast on me. Jab. Whoops. That's the best counter for the cast, is going under it. All right, so kind of slow. So here, jab. When he goes that's when I go under it. All right, if I see that cast coming, I lower my level before he can hit and lower his level and get to the double leg. That's the biggest vulnerability with that overhand. Okay, so I'll throw it one time here. So, and I'm going for the double leg right there. Okay? So what we're gonna do now, this is so we can kind of time it and see it. I'll just kind of either side, doesn't matter. Throw some straights at me, I'm gonna try to defend, and then randomly throw the cast and I'm gonna try to time it. Okay, so. Okay, so one person, everyone's gonna have their back to the crash pad, and when you have your back to the crash pad, you're gonna throw straight punches, maybe some hooks, and then after a little bit, randomly throw a lead or rear cast, and other person who's facing the crash pad has to time it and hit that double leg. So it is a little bit of a reaction drill, but the same thing on the crash pad. Does everyone kind of understand what we're doing? All right, let's get to it. Back to crash pads, hands up. Ready, 1, 2. As soon as your hand come out. Hands a little higher, Christian. Hands. Good. That's good, that's good. Little late. All right, time. Let's put up the crash pads. Everyone's gotten to go, right?